Hey, so I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking, you know, that I don't remember when I became a caregiver. I've been doing it for, I know, over 24 years because my daughter is 26 and I brought my uncle to live with me when she was around 2. And at that point, I had just brought him to live with me because my mom was having a hard time taking care of him because they were siblings to me, I thought. And I thought that, they were always fighting and going back and forth. And like, instead of her caring for him, she was just like, being an older sister, and they were fighting, and she wasn't really able to, I guess, separate the two things, and they would bicker and go back and forth. And I'm like, this is not okay. And I said, I think my mom needs a break. So it was just me and my daughter. I said, okay, I'll take him to live with me for a little while until something else comes up, or until we figure out something to do with him, or where to put him, or who can take him. And here we are 24 years later, and, he's still with me. And I've been his caregiver for that long. And it kind of just rolled into it. And it's okay. I don't mind it. I mean, there are times when it's just like, holy shoot, man, this is tough. And he's had his episodes, and I've felt overwhelmed. And then I had my daughter 17 years ago, and she has special needs. And then as a mom with a daughter with special needs, I kind of just fell into that role. I have to take care of my daughter, and she has special needs. So, and I had my uncle, and now I have my daughter. And then my son was born, and he had special needs. And I was like, man. So I have been a caregiver, but I didn't really understand that I was a caregiver until just a few years ago, when it hit me that I have been and am a caregiver, because it's not something that I signed up for. It kind of just flowed, and one thing went into the other, and it just, I'm already doing it. Why not? Sure, I'm already doing it. Bring it on. It's just who I am as a person. Some people get to choose to be caregivers. Yes, they're going to take on this responsibility, and it entails A, B, and C, what needs to be done, But for me, it was like fill in the blanks and learn as I go. And it's like second nature to me now, and I don't mind it. I mean, yes, there are days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I didn't have to be so needed. I wish that I could only worry about my own stuff. I wish that, whatever. But it is a labor of love, and I love my family, and I love my children so much, and I can't imagine my life without them, But there are moments like today, after a really long weekend of not having nursing, that I feel like it's taking its toll, And I need a break. I need to sit and breathe and just relax. And I'm doing it now, thankfully. Because it's like a roller coaster. It goes up and down, But I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I have learned to do this. I'm grateful because I have grace, I have help. My nurse is here today, which is a big help. It allows for me to do other things that I need to do, running errands, going shopping, getting things for my uncle that he needs, taking him with me, or taking him to appointments, or making phone calls, or, doing my stuff. But it balances out, But like I was saying, not everybody says, okay, I'm going to be a caregiver. Sometimes it just falls in your lap, and you have to pick it up and keep running. So, caregiving is not for the faint of heart. It's not easy, but it is a labor of love. And I love my children dearly. And I love my uncle, and I'm glad that I can do it. I'm glad that God has given me the strength and the know-how and the wisdom and the willpower to keep going, you know. But I have had gotten to get a lot closer to him, and he's helped me along the way. And I've learned so much along the way. There's so much that you can learn from people who are nonverbal or people who are different than the normal people, whatever that might mean, you know. There's so much that we can learn in the unspoken word, you know, just being around people and you're able to fulfill a need that they have, and it feels great. Just make sure that you take care of yourself and you get some rest.